Hey everybody, what's going on? Hopefully everyone is doing alright. Going to be working more on the colors to the Matama piece. It wasn't just the goat piece we were working on last night. I actually got a lot of work done on this piece and then a little bit work done on the commission, and hopefully, I mean, if I try to do the same render technique I did on the goat piece tomorrow, or rather I guess tonight, for the, well, I guess it technically is tomorrow if I stay awake past midnight, but I'm hoping I can get the commissions, or at least one of the commission stuff that I'm working on, done tomorrow, and then like in the next couple of days I could just consecutively finish them out. So we'll see how that all goes. But how's everyone doing today? Also, if you guys have not seen it, we've got the Meldocky on the left side, so I can kind of show that off to you guys now. So I'm really proud of it. I think it came out really nicely. If you guys want to check that out, you can buy it over on Cuddly Octopus. If you go to the Vishojo merch store, it'll link straight over to Cuddly Octopus. I picked one up for myself, so I'm really excited to see what it looks like in person, you know what I mean? But how's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Rafael Phoenix, how's it going? Christian Kim, Cookies, or Cookies, just apologies. Vile Q, Afro Ninja King, the Boss, I think I got to 100, right? I think I got everybody at least once. How's everyone doing? Also, I totally forgot I woke up and didn't immediately do my Nikkei dailies. My god. I at least need to log in and make sure I get my, what is it? I need to log in and make sure I get my outpost stuff. Although, I guess I got a couple hours to do that. I'll definitely forget if I leave that till the end of the stream, though, so I'm just going to do that on this window. Don't worry about it. But how are you guys doing? Oh, shoot, hold on. I just realized we're missing a little bit. Ah, there we go. I was like, dude, the stream looks a little empty. What's happening here? Okay, we're good now. We're good now. But how are you guys doing? Hello, hello. Also, thanks very much to Foxy Rain. Yo, thanks very much for dropping the raid. I was just watching your stream, actually. Yo, the Arlecchino that you're working on. I think that's her name, right? I don't play any Genshin. I believe that's the bad guy in Genshin, right? Arlecchino? I might be pronouncing that really wrong. I'm just giving it my best guess. But it looked absolutely incredible. If you guys don't know who Foxy Rain is, please make sure you guys are supporting her. She does some really, really incredible stuff. If you're looking for some amazing artists, if you're just looking to support some really, really cool people who genuinely put out some incredible work, please make sure you guys drop the follows, not only on Twitch, but across all platforms. How goes it? How goes it? She's the evil daddy, so she... Who is evil, so she is a mom? Or, so evil, she is a mommy. I couldn't read the sentence, my bad. But yo, that's kind of hype. I was gonna say, a daddy, that's an interesting take. I haven't heard that one yet. I usually hear people call her mommy, and then I see you work that in the second half. It's okay, I'm confused too. I think we all are on the inside, but you know what? That's kind of the charm. That's why we're here, right? How goes it? How goes it? Like, this is gonna be a season 2 for sure. Oh, of this show? Gushing Over Magical Girls? Definitely. It popped the fuck off in Japan. And honestly, you know, in the West as well, it's been doing really well, so... I'm really excited. I want more Matama and Kiwi in my life. I love both those characters. Honestly, I love a lot of the characters in Gushing Over Magical Girls. Sorry, I was gonna drink out of my energy drink, and then I'm like, yo, wait, no, we gotta dilute the energy drink so we can drink it across the entire stream. There we go. So I'm just putting like regular orange soda into my orange soda flavored energy drink. And now I just get more orange soda. It's sick. Fontaine characters call her father? Oh, I actually had no idea. Wait, so... I'm not super familiar with the Genshin regions. If she's like the, I guess, father of these regions, does that mean like... Wait. So is anyone that comes from Fontaine like working with the bad guys or something? I've heard of like Fontaine as a region, but again, I know fuck all about Genshin, so I'm like very confused. Apologies if I'm like just really, really off point. And Twitter says that ecchi doesn't sell and is problematic. Does anyone say that it doesn't sell? I've heard people call it problematic, but as far as not selling, I feel like it sells. I don't know. I see Afro putting the pain comments in the YouTube chat. What's up? What's up? Genshin France. Oh, do they say that it's do they say that it's problematic there? Or no, do they say it doesn't sell? Wait. Or maybe that was to the previous comments, actually. Arlecchino. Arlecchino? Am I saying that right? I thought it was a CH sound. I could be, probably totally wrong. Fontaine is just France, but with some... okay, got you. Okay, so they are the bad guys. Okay, that answers my question. It was leg day today, kill me pain. It's okay. It's the good kind of pain. It's the good kind of wanting to off yourself. You know what I mean? But like in a good way. And by that I mean going into like, you know, unconscious and sleeping and getting, you know, the boost of REM sleep and deep sleep so you can rebuild those muscles. You know what I'm saying? No, that's good. That's good. Hopefully you're doing all right, dude. I hate leg day. I am not a fan. If there's any day where I am likely to throw up while working out, it is definitely leg day. And I don't know why. Actually, what I found out is that when I go to the, like, when I actually literally go to a gym, as opposed to just going, you know, using the gym in my house, the difference is that at my house, I can't use as much weight, so I have to do more reps, and more reps on leg day equals getting, like, really, really sick to my stomach. But if I go to a gym, I can, like, just put on a whole bunch of plates, and that way I only can do, like, 5 to 8 reps before I'm, like, totally out of it. And I feel perfectly fine during leg day at the gym. It literally is only when I work out here and I have to do 30 reps in order to hit failure. Because my philosophy on working out is I only work out to failure. I don't do anything else. Because why do anything else when it's just a waste of time, you know what I'm saying? So I just do that every time. But for leg day, I can't actually get to failure all that quickly. Since my leg press machine, at least in the past, couldn't go that heavy. We can go a lot heavier now, so maybe it's a non-issue. Let's see. Chaos Cyclone, I see in the chat. What's up? What's up? No, they say that ecchi anime like Gushing doesn't sell since since it's problematic. Of course, those people are wrong. Which people are we referring to? I don't know if I've ever heard anyone say that. The only one I think of, or when I think of a phrase that's similar, I just think of the phrase like sex sells. You know what I mean? I never hear the opposite of that, if that makes any sense. Because essentially what you're saying is that people say the opposite, but I don't know if I agree. Or I don't know if I'd agree that I've ever heard it. But I'm also the kind of person that tries to bob and weave through all the drama that pops up on Twitter, so maybe I'm not the best person to ask for opinions there. In any case, let's see if we can get to the shading underway on this piece. Although I kind of want to work on the eyes. The super glowing teal eyes are kind of standing out to me in a way that's like, I kind of want to touch them up, you know? Right, I have to look over here now. I was looking for the notification. Thank you very much to Digital Vibe for dropping the follow. I appreciate that. Thank you. I do hope that everything is treating you all right. I hope that we can get a nice streaming for today, right? Oh. Yo, what's going on, DLAs? Welcome back, welcome back. How goes it? Hopefully life's treating nicely. Happy that the manga's flying off the shelves. That makes sense. I hadn't heard of that until you just said it now, but that makes perfect sense that, you know, anime's popping off, so people are checking out the manga and seeing what's up. And as a fan of the manga, I'm down to get more of it. I heard in the past whenever, you know, manga would pop off, there's a chance that maybe they become like a weekly series. You know, the artist just ends up getting a whole bunch of help to get more chapters out there. I don't know how common that is per se. I know it's happened before, but it would be cool. It'd be neat. Who's the other character you said you liked in the series? Kiwi and Matama? Yeah, so Kiwi is the girl with green hair and like the dead eyes. And then Matama is the one that we're currently drawing. Because I love that she wants to be an idol and she's adorable. Kiwi's my favorite in the show. Kiwi's great. She's definitely one of my favorite characters. Between her and Matama, they're like very different characters too, so... I don't know, I feel like there's a character for everybody in the show. It's kind of like those, you know, kind of like a Tolubru-esque show. There's so many characters that you're bound to find one that you really enjoy, and in my case, I found 2 that I really enjoy. Not to say I don't love all of the other characters, of course. It's just, you know, Matama and Kiwi kind of hit different. I do love Utena as well. I don't want to make it sound like I don't like any of the other characters. I don't think they're... Of the main Enormita group as well as Tres Magia, I don't know if I don't think I dislike any of them. I think once you expand the cast out a bit, do I hate any of those characters? Not really. Yeah, I don't think there's a character I dislike. I think all of the characters are likable in their own way. Like, there are obviously some like really evil characters, but I don't hate any of them. What about the main girl? I love Utena. She's great. She's even funnier in the anime. Because in the manga, she's already a funny character. Just as you can imagine. But what helps in the anime is her voice actor just absolutely nails it. That like really meek voice whenever, you know, someone puts her on the spot, she just kind of wants to get out. I think they did it beautifully. So hearing the jokes played out via the voices was really nice. I really enjoyed that. Not to mention, I believe her voice actor's a rookie. I believe this is like her first big role, if I recall. I might be wrong about that. Maybe I'm mistaking her for another character. I want to say quite a few of the characters in Gushing Over Magical Girls are that way, though. Where's the show? I'm looking for the show on the rankings. Where is it? Oh, okay, there it is. So if I look up her... Yeah, if I look up her voice actor, Utena's, I think, literally her first main character role. And she's about to get another one, actually, next season in High Speed Etoile. I no idea how to say that. Probably French. So I don't feel bad about getting it wrong. Oh, actually, it's right here. Etoru. Whoa, what the fuck? Etoru. I can't do it, dude. It's hard. Hey, what's going on? You're actually my inspiration for getting back into art. Good seeing you live again. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you. What's going on, Strawberry Candy? How's it going? I actually got some more tutorial stuff coming out to YouTube as well. So me streaming on YouTube is hopefully the start of something. You know, we'll see. I'm doing the multi-stream, so I'm kind of switching between both chats. But how goes things on your end? Hopefully life's been treating you nicely, of course. Cap's got OPs in France, bro. What was that? The only notable voice actor is for Kiwi, I think. That sounds about right. Because Kiwi is, what's her face? Kaguya, right? Kaguya from Kaguya-sama. And I want to say all the other ones are fairly new. Oh, actually, what's her face? Matama's voice actor's kind of been around as well. Yeah, quite a few of these voice actors are very new to having, big roles, so I enjoy that. Oh, and also, thanks very much to... Is that Cedrically Sid? Hopefully I'm saying your name properly. And White Boy John as well. What's going on? Yes, thanks very much for dropping the follows. Ops short for oppositions, like aka enemies? What the fuck? Since when? Who dictated this? Where did this come from? Dude, I feel like I've been getting hit with so many just new phrases in the last little bit. It's kind of been jarring. Not that I consider myself to be someone who is always in the know when it comes to like, oh, this is like some new slang that's come around. I'm never the first person to hear about it. But at the same time, I've never been this out of it. You know what I mean? It feels weird that I'm so far behind. Because I heard you guys on stream the other day were telling me what glazing was. And I'm like, what the fuck is glazing? That's so strange. Only for... What is the word? Only for me to then hear that word, like, just everywhere. Oh, he's glazing him up. Oh, he's glazing. My god, you just stop glazing on that person. I don't know. And it's just... Where did this come from, dude? Yo, Steven, what's up, dude? What the fuck is glazing? So, it comes from a sex thing, but basically you use it in the sense of if you want to, like, hype someone up. You're glazing them. Like, how do I put it? I'm trying to think of a good scenario. I don't know. Maybe you're playing a video game. You're playing Counter-Strike, you get a couple of sick headshots, and your bud in the server is just like, bro, you're the best! You're the best of the best, bro! Holy shit! Like, that's glazing. That being said, Glazing does come from a sex term, so I don't know if that's okay to say just in like regular conversation. I think it's fine. Apparently, people throw it around in the or have been thrown around in like basketball for years now. Like it's not a super, how do I put it? It's not an unheard of term, and it's been around for years, but it's only recently gotten really big. Yeah, you glaze with the homies, you're glazing all over your home. Exactly, yeah, yeah. I hear ops at work. I work with delinquents a lot. I ended up picking it up from them. See, that's weird. Ops, as Ruby said, first I've heard ops today. Actually, no, you heard either today or yesterday. Oh, you might have heard it before then. Fair enough. I've never heard that term. Is that another one that's just gonna get really big out of nowhere? I don't know. I'm kind of. How do I put it? I think glazing is fine because I think it's funny. I like that's a fine term. You hear it and you immediately know what it means. That's actually not entirely true. I think it's with the context of whatever sentence you're hearing it with. It's generally quite obvious what it means. You know what I mean? When I hear well, I guess I don't know. Is it that obvious? Because I had to ask about it on stream, so I don't know how obvious it could be if that's the case. It's from LA, I believe. But I live in LA. How am I being so late to hearing it? Or how am I so late to hearing it? The only thing that's similar term I've heard of is when you have a toxic teammate in a game, and the only way you can get them to not flame, rage quit, and say terrible things in general is by using DSL, dick sucking lips. What the fuck? That's a new one. I can't say I've ever heard of that, to be honest with you. Just flatter them. Okay, so I understand the concept of doing that. I mean, I've never heard of DSL though. That's new. You see, whenever I do that when I'm playing Counter-Strike, I just think of it like I'm appeasing them. Like, oh, I've got an asshole on my team, but if I don't appease them, they're gonna quit and we're gonna be down 4v5. Nice art. Well, thank you. What's going on, Jets? Or Jetson Hackby. Is it Jetson Hackby? Or should I not be saying the whole thing? But yo, Jet, hopefully things are going nicely. I'll see Lumiere in the chat. What's up? Whispered as well. How's it going? Hello, hello. Just working on some rendering. Don't mind me. How goes things on your end? What does glazing mean? It just means you're like, I don't know, think of it as like putting some shine on your homies, you know what I mean? Or if you're just like gushing over how good someone is at something. It's like, I don't know, you're trying to flatter the other person. I love the first time chatter. Very nice, very nice. Enjoying the view? Hell yeah. Let's go. Hopefully we're able to put some good stuff out there. I'm really happy with how the the base colors on this piece have turned out. Let me show what these look like. The starting colors I think are quite solid, so hopefully I can keep it going and make a piece that looks really nice at the end of the day. Like clean the shaft? No, it's like to say that you're I mean, that's kind of where it comes from in a way. It's like apparently it's a sex thing, but like, you know, if you're saying, how do I put it? If you're the kind of person that the second basketball is brought up, you're just gushing over like how good Michael Jordan is and how he's the fucking GOAT. You're glazing him. You know what I mean? That's the idea. I don't know how to put it into words. There probably is a great way to put it. There's probably a great way to put what it is into words. I'm not the best person for that job, though. Matama is Loco Musica's real name, right? Yeah. Her name is Akoya Matama. So Akoya being her last name, and then Matama being her first. And then Loco Musica is her Enormita, evil magical girl name. On glazing Michael Jordan is the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard. Well, apparently that's like how it's usually used, even within that context. Like, apparently it was a really popular term to use in terms of like watching or being a viewer of basketball. Not that that's where it came from or anything, but like it's been apparently used as a term in the sports space for years, according to my friend. Like, you know, I told him the other day, like, I just heard about this word glazing. Now everyone's using it. He's like, oh, yeah, basketball. We've been, you know, that's been something people have been saying for years now. I was like, really? And that was the example. Like, a lot of people, you know, whenever you talk about someone being the GOAT at basketball, that's like you're glazing them. So, yeah, all news to me. This is all new. I'm gonna open the door and somebody dares say that around me unironically. I'm gonna open the door? Am I not understanding something? Is that another term? Am I learning more today? What is this? Tell them to get out? Yeah, I understood the implication. I'm just... Is that a new term? You just open the door and... Or... How do I put it? Is that like slang? When someone does something unhinged, you open the door to let them out. I guess, but is that obvious to everybody what that means? Because I understood what you meant when you said you're gonna open the door, but it's like, is that something that people say? It's like, yeah, I just opened the door. It's like, oh, that's a strange way of putting that. We both learned today, brother. Dude, I'm learning so much. I'm absorbing it like a sponge. Lingo learning stream. I hate it. I hate it here. I hate it so much. So much new knowledge, I know. My god, what am I to do with all this knowledge other than spread it to the world? We all need to know. Man, speaking of glazing, not sure if you saw it, but I just put out a Goat-chan piece on Twitter today, and I'm super proud of it. I literally found out at like 4 a.m. in the morning, something around 4 a.m. because of the time change, that it was Narane's birthday, and I'm like, well shit, I have to make something. So I tried to go with a really like simple pose, so it wouldn't take too long, and I managed to finish it all in one night. Over the course of about 3.5 hours. Not all uninterrupted. I like paused the timer so I could take a break, grab some food. But I'm honestly really proud of it, and I think I can explain it to people really well. Like the process. It looks pretty good for how simple it is. It uses a lot of layers though, I will admit. But, you know, I wish I could show it on stream. I don't think I can. But I could show you maybe like a snapshot of the head. Hold on. This approach right here, I could explain to you how to do this really quickly. Hold on. This. It's not as hard as it looks. This is probably the simplest way I've ever drawn hair. I've actually done this before, but I never quite understood how it worked. Now I get it though. I see it. And it's really simple. It's basically just one screen layer, one multiply layer, well, okay, 2 screen layers, 1 add glow layer underneath. This is your base color right here. This goes underneath the screen. Or if you set this as normal layer and you just pick that color manually, this red here can be just put underneath and make the process a little bit more simple. And then it's all about like just making sure you choose the right shadows. So in this case, I actually went desaturated. So you can kind of see it here. If that's our base color, you can see that top right? Yeah, okay. So if this is our base color, we went quite a bit more desaturated and cooler hue-wise. And then I just outlined that, like all of these really desaturated bits so that they would blend in a little bit better with a more saturated, darker tone. And I just did that. So there are only really 3 tones to the hair. 4 tones. 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And the skin glow, so 5, I guess. It's honestly not that hard. It would be easier to show you the process than to verbalize it on the spot. But it's easily the fastest way I've ever drawn hair. And it's not that hard to follow either. Like, it's very straightforward. Good golly, that artist sure is something to behold. I wanted to do something simple, and my initial goal, or rather initially, I wanted to do a top-down pose. I then realized with a character like Goat, top-down's really hard, because I wanted to draw more than just, you know, the head and chest. So top-down wasn't the way. So I ended up going with like a neutral perspective, just like right in the center. I don't believe it's eye level. I think it's like neck level. But yeah, it's about like lower neck level, shoulder level. But yeah, I don't know. To be honest, this is like that was like my second of 3 sketches. And I was like, oh, if I only have a couple hours to finish this piece, this one's easy. But yeah. Sorry, I am not picking my words all that well today. I feel like I'm a bit slow. Apologies. I just woke up a moment ago. So it was the artist's birthday or Goat's birthday? It's the creator. So Narane is the creator of the character Goat, and it was his birthday today, so I drew his OC character. In any case, I want to make a piece kind of like that Goat piece, but for It's Me and Nekomiya, and maybe turn it into like a boot mouse pad, and record the whole process. That way I can show people how, you know, step by step I did it. Since I can explain it all in words right now, but I feel like that's not the most helpful thing on the planet. Like, it's better to have an example as you can kind of like work alongside it, right? Maybe I could do it on the Akuya piece. The problem is, given that she has a hat, I don't know if it would work quite so well. Considering usually, or rather the way I did it, was I was kind of highlighting the top of the hair specifically. Unless I gave her lighting to the side, but I mean, as you can kind of see, it's mostly in front of her, given the way I've shaded the rest of the skin, so. Don't know how easy that would be. This is Tekken song, right? That reminds me. Yeah, I was playing a bunch of Tekken the other day. I found out when you hit a high enough level, people just spam the rage art at you. And it's kind of annoying. Has anyone played Tekken 8? Dude, it's just kind of funny. Because I get, what is the word? Because I know very little about the characters I don't play. And I play very few. So many of the matchups come down to like, if I want to win, I kind of have to figure out when it's my turn. And then just overwhelm them with with my offense. The problem, obviously, is that I don't learn a ton if I do that. So part of me is like forcing myself to block so I can figure out what the other person does. And sometimes just absolutely throwing that way because I want to learn. But what I found is that once a person hits low HP and they get access to their rage art, dude, they fire that shit off immediately every time. Is that normal? It's like as soon as I hit, what was the rank? It's like one of the yellow ranks. I think it's the last one. Tekken 8 ranks. Yeah, so I think I just hit... Oh, no, I'm in the orange ranks, I think. I think I am... Destroyer? I'm somewhere between Vanquisher, Destroyer, and Eliminator. I don't know which one. But as soon as I hit that rank, the actual second they get up from, like, Oki, and they've got rage, they just immediately fire it off. It's so funny. I just sit there and I run up and I wait. And they always use it every time. It's like, dude, why? What a shitty option. Why are they doing that? Goodness gracious, your merch shop is the holy grail of degeneracy. Yo, I appreciate that. Actually, we're getting some new stuff in the merch store. What's in there right now is, I believe, quite outdated. Yeah, so what's in there right now is pretty outdated. And we're getting a whole bunch of new stuff, including desk mats, wall skulls, posters, and stickers. If you want to see those pieces... So the ones that are going to become a post, or the ones that will become stickers, let's start with those, will be... Hold on, let me double check before I pull out the wrong piece. Ah, okay. It's the Virgin Destroyer Nekomia, the Modernia piece, the Marine Neko piece, and the Itsumi pinup. Of those pieces, I can show off 3 of them, which would be, if I go to the older art section here, I will find it. Wait, am I blind? I think I scrolled right past it. Where's Modernia? Did I not call it Modernia? No, I'm just blind. Okay. So this will be a sticker. What are the other ones? Itsumi pinup. Where's that? This will also be a sticker. Where is... Sorry, I thought this would be an easy process to just pull them all out. This will be a sticker. And then I can't show the last one. But, yeah, some new stickers are on the way. Those are also all becoming posters, too, but with their actual backgrounds. Imagine being on the road and somebody would slap them on their car window. That was actually the scenario that I was told to, or I was told for the stickers would be the case. Like, these would be like decals you put on like your car window or something. And he asked me to repaint some things on the Itsumi piece and on the Marine piece, because their ears kind of went off the canvas. And in the Itsumi piece's case, the hair also went off the canvas. So I had to like paint those in what I thought, or paint in what I thought it would look like, essentially, right? My wallet's gonna hurt after you release the new merch. Yo, I appreciate that you're considering it. That's very kind of you. I'm trying my best, at the very least. I think, I don't know exactly when. He said he would start processing it as soon as he was able to. But I imagine like putting all the stuff on the website and all that, getting the merch ready to go. It probably does take a little while. I think it's been... When did I last message him? About 4 days ago. But yeah, I'll let you guys know whenever it's closer to coming around. Or whenever it's up. He might just message me and go, oh, it's all up. You know. You know. Sorry, can't speak. With the Marine one? I think it should be fine. I've been seeing a lot of anime stickers on car windows. Anime stickers on car windows? Yeah, I feel like I've seen a decent number of those. I went to the grocery store the other day and somebody had a... What's her face from Bunny Girl Senpai? Mai Sakurajima. They had a Mai like one of those peeker stickers in their car window. So I walked past it and I just see this bunny girl staring at me. I'm like, oh, hello. Hi there. It was pretty cute though, I liked it. Fantastic Goat-chan you did, quite divine. Well, thank you. What's going on, Dramatical? How's it going? Also, thanks very much to Todd. How's it going? Or, well, hello, Todd. What's up? I don't know what I'm thanking you for, but yo, I appreciate your presence. There we go. Why did nobody tell me it was Narane's birthday today? Did you want to make something? I mean, you totally could. It's still, I mean, I guess it's kind of late, but I'm sure he would appreciate a belated birthday gift as well. Though I personally like to keep my car clean. If I'm going to weave on my car, I think I'll go all out with Natasha. That makes sense. No, I get that. I mean, in terms of that, I've never been one to put stickers on my car. Though I did have a couple in my previous car. My old, like, 96 Camaro. Back in, like, the window had, like, the Half-Life insignia on it. Just because I saw it at Anime Expo at, I think it was the Artist Alley. Someone was selling decals, and one of the decals was just the Lambda. And I was like, yo, that's kind of sick. Oh, and then there was another one that was, it was a Ruby insignia. Like, one of the characters' like, personal insignias. It was like it was probably Ruby's, it was the Rose. And I really liked it, it just looked cool. And it was kind of low-key, you wouldn't really know that it's related to the series. But that was back when Ruby only had like one volume. Let's see. Oh, and thank you so very much to... I need to get my overlay situation figured out here. Tomoyuki, thanks very much for dropping the follow. I do hope you're having a wonderful day. I definitely want to put Natasha on my next car. It would be pretty cool. You know, I respect it. I remember the first time I saw one, I was like, yo, those are kind of strange. Like, that's a lot of dedication to the one character. And these days, I'm like, yo, Natasha's kind of sick. Whenever I see one, I always want to take a picture. I don't know, I guess it's only after I got a Corolla that I realized that having a car that people want to take pictures of is kind of cool. Because despite the fact that my old Camaro was kind of a piece of shit, like it barely functioned, I only got to use it for 3 months, and then it would break down, then I have to put it in for hundreds of dollars worth of repairs, then I'd get another 3 months out of it before it broke down again. It was like a piece of shit car in that respect, but it was cool. Like, it looked really nice. So every now and then I'd get people, you know, asking questions about the car. There's like, yo, this car looks pretty cool, dude. I'm like, yo, thanks. It's like, yo, can I take a picture of it? And I kind of missed that because the second I got the Corolla, everybody was asking what happened to my old Camaro. And I'm like, oh, it broke down. I couldn't use it anymore. It became too expensive to fix. And they were just like, oh, yeah, the Corolla's cool, I guess. Fuck, man. Fuck. I miss that feeling of having the car that people are like, yo, this guy's got the cool car. Even if that car is a piece of shit and scratches the floor the second there's more than one passenger in the car. It was a rough time. Yeah, with Natasha's they get photos for sure. I also feel like that's kind of like wearing the t-shirt of your favorite band. You're just gonna get people who are fans of the character every now and then coming up to you and going like, yo, that's kind of cool. You know what I mean? I don't know. Whether or not you value that is up to you, but I think it's cool. Rule 34s are now legal, so I want to get one. This doesn't stand for Rule 34, does it? R34 are now legal, so I want to get one imported here for that. No, not Rule 30. What am I supposed to think? You just put R34. The fuck's an R34 if it's not a rule? Nissan Skyline R34. Okay, surely. Let's just be real. My interpretation wasn't that weird, given the context of what we draw up here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here drawing anime girls. I see R34. You know what I'm thinking. It's obvious. I'm at the broadcast for the thank you. I feel like typing out R34 and expecting me to think of a car is just weird, you know what I'm saying? That's just strange. Surely I'm not, or rather, I guess I have confirmation that I'm not alone in that. That's good, that's good. I saw a Miata with bunny ears and a Mayatasha On the hood, it was really nice. I do think Natasha is just sick. I've had a couple people ask if they could commission me to design Natasha. Wouldn't that just be an illustration? Just really big? Unless I'd have to design it around, like, the frame of a car. That'd be a little difficult, I imagine. But... still clipping it later. Actually, you know what? Maybe that wouldn't be half bad as a... whatchamacallit? One of the shorts. I don't think we've had any short-worthy clips yet. Dude, I'd rock Mitsumi, Nekumi, Natasha. That'd be sick. I'd be hyped to do something like that. I still need to draw more Itsumi and Nekomiya. I honestly, one of the other reasons I really wanted to be more consistent with the, whatchamacallit, the Patreon again, is it's kind of an excuse every month to draw an Itsumi and Nekomiya piece. And hopefully people enjoy that, you know? Hopefully one of these days I can make Itsumi and Nekomiya the kind of character that people would see to... I don't know, like maybe they got some free time, they're like, oh, who do I draw? Oh, maybe I draw them. It'd be nice to get them into that realm. What card would you want an Itachi on a classic Camaro? Oh, I have no idea. I guess it would have to be kind of a cool card though, huh? I guess it'd be kind of a waste if you had Natasha and it was just on like a Corolla or something. I don't think I've ever heard the original His World. The fuck are these lyrics? Is this the original? This isn't the original. No, this is the Crush 40 version. The original is... Actually, I don't know who made the original. There's 3 versions of His World in Sonic 06. If anyone doesn't know, Sonic 06 has some banger music, and they knew it was really good, so they just gave it to you multiple times in the same game. Albeit, you don't actually hear 2 of them. You hear the original. This Crush 40 version is an alternate version they made that didn't play in the game, and the Zebrahead version, same way. The Zebrahead version is by far the best. By far. Like, hold on, let me see, is, the Zebrahead version in my playlist? I hope it is. I might have forgotten to put it on there. Oh yeah, it's not on my playlist. Oh my god. His World. Oh my god, I don't have the original version of His World in my playlist. What the fuck? Really? That's so strange. I think this is the original right here. Hold on. Let's add it to the queue. Play next song. Yeah, this is the original. Let's add that to my license. I haven't had this in my playlist. That's weird. How many His Worlds are there? 3 plus the Nate Wants to Battle version. The Nate Wants to Battle version is just it's a rehash of the Zebrahead version of the song. Yeah, okay, this is the original. So this is the one you actually hear in the game. Crush 40 is for the older Sonic games, not the newer ones, though. Actually, as of Sonic 06, that was like their last one. As far as I understand. Let me think. Yeah, because after that you had like Sonic Colors, Generations. Crush 40 didn't do the music for those games. Yeah. They kept them on. Because like Crush 40 did, I mean, some of the other themes for the game, like Shadow's theme is Crush 40. So they did do music for Sonic 06, and obviously they did the version of His World you heard just a moment ago. That's crazy to think I've never played the original version of the song on stream, though. I mean, to be fair, it's not my favorite version. Like, the Zebrahead version is just better, but... I do think it's better than the Crush 40 version, though. I think the Crush 40 version is the weakest of the three. Which is why I find it weird that that's one of the ones that made it in my playlist, but not this one, which I think is kind of middle of the road. Man, and obviously if I'm gonna do this, I have to play the Zebrahead version next. Let's see. Why is it so hard to find the Zebrahead version? That's really strange. Oh, wait. I think this is it. I'll cue it next. Because we gotta hear them all side by side. We gotta. I'm not gonna lie, for a second I heard Wayne's World. Oh, instead of his world. Am I on the right layer? Okay, yeah. Cool. I'm just trying to focus on just getting the one color in there. See what that looks like. Wanted to have a cash shadow below. I think that would look a little bit better. Oh, I don't know. It's kind of taking up a lot of space. I'll see what that looks like when I start applying colors elsewhere. I think it should be fine. Let's see. Might have pissed off boomers with that. Wait, what did I piss off boomers with? Sorry. Sorry, that was a bit of an older message. I think that might have been to my comment on not having a cool car before getting a Natasha. Is that not how it works though? Don't you usually have to have like a super sick car? Because, you know, half the point is the Natasha and the other half is the car. Unless that's not how that works. I guess whenever I think Atashas, I do just think, like, the Atasha itself. I don't really think about the car underneath. So maybe other people are that way as well. So I hope you guys are down for another rendition of His World. I know you guys all asked for it. But yeah, it's kind of surprising to me that I haven't had these versions in the playlist. Wait, it's playing the same one for some reason. Let's clear queue for some reason. Wait, no. Yeah, it just started wanting... It just decided it was going to play the same version of the song again. What? Hello? Hold on, I'll find it. His World. No, seriously, where's the Zebrahead version? Here? Wait, that's not... What? It's called Zebrahead His World. Oh, it's a playlist, and somebody's just debating me with that. I see. They tried to pull a fast one on me. That's unfortunate. They succeeded. Damn. Well, okay, this is the Zebrahead version, but it's done by Nate Wants to Battle, so it's not the original. But the Zebrahead version sounds just like this. And again, this is by far the best version of the song. Yes, Nate Wants to Battle. Dude, I'm a fan. It made me so happy that he got to do official Sonic music too for Sonic Frontiers. His song was really nice. It's like a swan song to, I guess, the Sonic series as a whole. So it was really nice. It's honestly my favorite. Finally beat the Crush 40 version. Yeah, the Crush 40 version of the song is unfortunately my least favorite, which sucks because I love Crush 40. I think they nail it with every other song, but they're just... yeah, I don't know. Their His World version, isn't it? It's okay. It's fine. It's his world at the end of the day, but yeah. Kind of sounded like something tapped on my window. No, we're good. Every now and then somebody will do that to say that they're locked out. So I'm just checking my phone to see if I've gotten a message. I've been listening to him since freshman year of high school. Yeah, I've been listening to him for years too. I don't remember what the first song I heard from Nate Wants to Battle was, but I think it was after he did a collab with Amelie. Because I've been listening to Amelie for longer, ever since her Angel Beats cover. Specifically, the My Song cover from Angel Beats. She did that cover, which is how I found her, and then I've just been listening to her music since. And at some point, she collabed with Nate Wants to Battle on a song. And then that's how I found him, and I started listening to his music as well. I don't know, I've always been a fan of, like, the English versions of Japanese songs. Niche, I guess you could say. I know it's not everyone's thing, but I really like it, personally. Got a lot of really loud cars. Actually, you know, it's because I have my window open. That's why they've been so loud as of recent. Mine was the Parasite English cover. Ooh, that one was good. Found Amelie through Nate. Oh, so you were in the reverse. You had the reverse experience. That's fair. How do I want to go about this? I feel like I still need to apply this color to the hand a little bit more, but I'm planning, like, what is my next step? We could do something like what we did with the Goat-chan piece. Sorry, it's about to play His World again. That's, you know, all three versions of His World. We don't need another one. It's totally fine. Let's see. We'll just jump back in with Miracle Goddess songs, why not? Okay, just double checking my cues, fine. There we go. My favorite's Bad Apple. Bad Apple is the meme song, right? Cappers, what's going on, Smash? How's it going? Hello, hello. Hope life's treating you nicely, of course. So I'm thinking really hard about how I want to go about this. Sorry that I'm, like, hung up on it. I guess when it comes to the hands, I'm always, like, hesitant to start, because I don't really know where to start. The Ghost art was huge and amazing. Well, thank you, thank you. I'm really happy with it. Low-key, I thought it bombed really hard. Because when I woke up, my phone didn't update. So I'm like, oh, okay, it's been, you know, 8 hours since I posted the piece. Let's see how it's doing. And because it didn't update, it was just like, you have 200 likes. And I'm like, man, I thought it looked pretty good, frankly. I was like, damn, that's kind of unfortunate. Hearing this makes me wonder why the original Red Hood song isn't on the playlist. Does the original one get copyrighted? I'll be honest, I don't like the original song. I liked what it sounded like when we only heard the chorus, and then we heard the rest of the song in the game. And the rest of the song is really, 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 really bad. It's among one of the worst songs in the game. It made me sad. Because I love the chorus. But I like this version because there are no lyrics. But yeah, it sounds fine. It's just the lyrics are kind of dorky. Garbage fire take. I'll play the song, but like I want you to listen to what my problem with it is. Okay, so here's the original song. Listen to the lyrics. It's so fucking particular. I don't know how to put it. It's like this song is not trying to be anything other than this is Red Hood. This is her life. I also don't like these vocals, I'll be honest. It's not my style. Let me just go back real quick. Just a moment. Where are the lyrics? Do they do lyrics on this one? No, but okay, they don't do lyrics here on Spotify for this song in particular. But did you hear that? What is that as a lyric, man? What is that? A Nikkei born to goddess squad. Like, yeah, I get it. It's a Nikkei song. It's fine. You don't have to spell it out for me. Not a fan of the oldies, as Red Hood would say. I also don't like that lyric right there. The I live for my crusade, I die for my crusade. It's like, it's kind of lazy. The audacity. A lot of the songs have cheesy lyrics. Musically is where it shines. I do like the composition a lot. It really is just, I think the lyrics are really goofy. But as far as the cheesy lyrics, I don't think that that's the case for all of their songs. I think the vast majority of their songs are fine lyrically. Like, compare it to, like, Dorothy's song done by Amelie. That one's much better. By the way, I had no idea that that song was done by Amelie. That blew my mind when I was going through Spotify. I'm like, wait, Amelie made music for this game? What? And yeah, it was the 6-month anniversary song. Yeah, Amelie did the Dorothy song. I'll find it. It's in, which playlist is it in? I'll find it. Events, Overzone. Here we go. Overzone. Oh, I thought it was Overzone. Is it not? Oh yeah, it's called Satellites. I'll play it right after this one. I'll cue it. Amelie's so good. I had no idea she made this song. I just remembered it from the anniversary, and I'm like, yo, this song's sick. I had no idea she made it. I mean, so well, at least she did the lyrics for it and sung it. In terms of making it, all the songs are made by, like, the sounds are made by Cosmograph. But, like, yeah, she did the lyrics and the singing and everything. Well, okay, I'm assuming she did the lyrics, because, you know, with the Red Hood song, these people did the lyrics. The person singing this, and the person that works with her did the lyrics. But yeah, with that Red Hood song, minus the chorus, I do not like the rest of the song. It's a lot of the lyrics like, a Nikkei born to goddess squad, like, come on. Come on. Really? Like, I showed the song to Kyle, and he asked me to turn it off. He couldn't handle it. Because he played Nikkei at one point. He doesn't play it much anymore. But I was asking him to play it just so he could tell me what genre it was, and after about, like, 30 seconds, he told me to turn it off. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, this is the Amelie song. And if you played the 6-month anniversary Overzone, then you'll know this one. See, this song is just much better. You see how the song is not particular to Dorothy? It's not like, oh, and that time Pine died. And the blah 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 blah. It's like, we're not talking about Dorothy. This is just a song about looking towards the future. Song's pretty. I really like this song. I live for my P-Day. I die for my P-Day. Damn, I wish I came up with that myself. That would have been sick. I just realized I probably... Wait, hold on. I'm gonna pause this. I realize now... So if you watch the YouTube VOD, you can obviously hear the music, but I probably should reroute my audio for these streams so that you guys can hear the music in the VOD. That actually probably makes more sense since we're literally talking about the music and you won't be able to hear it. There we go. Okay, it should be... Let me know if the audio levels are fine, by the way, since I just rerouted the audio now. Personally, Nikkei would be 100 times better if they jumped into a musical turn penis test. That's just me. Damn, I want to live in that universe now. It seems good. Okay, okay. By the way, Vincent, how's it going? Hello, hello. But yeah. You guys see what I'm saying with this song, though? There's nothing so particular about this song. It only applies to Dorothy and no other person. It's just, it's a pretty song about looking to the future. That's it. My problem with the Red Hood song is that it's just about Red Hood, specifically Red Hood, and nobody else. It can't be misconstrued to be about anybody else. It's just about Red Hood. It's just about her going to the final fight in like Act 2 of the Red Ash event. That's it. It's so particular to that one scenario that it's like, I mean, it fits the scenario. Don't get me wrong. Like, when I hear that song right before I fight Cinderella, I'm like, yeah, this is sick. But like, I never want to listen to it outside of that. Unless it's the Miracle of Goddess version, because there are no lyrics. Angel's Cry was one good song to come out of the Red Hood event, at least. Angel's Cry, I actually don't recognize that one off the top of the head, or off the top of my head. You said it's from the Red Ash event? What did you call it again? Angel's Cry. Angel's Cry. It's not on Spotify. Oh, no, it is. It's right there. Here, let's play this Angel's Cry song. Wait, shit. We'll play that one next. Wait, shit. Damn it. Hold on, I'm gonna skip around. I'll play it. This is the band that did a lot of the hometown songs and whatnot from the campaign. I don't know if I remember this one in particular. You can tell just immediately it's done by them, though. How many of you guys know of the Global's theme, Tungsten? I didn't know about it until you told me about it. And it sounds nice. I like it. I can't hear the lyrics in this one. Huh. I couldn't make out anything he said there. Personally, my favorite DK song. Wait, I did? Yeah! We were talking about Tungsten the other day, because I was unfamiliar with that song. And I'm like, oh, I've literally never heard this. So I found it wasn't even on Spotify. I had to look it up on YouTube. But yeah, that song came out like before the game came out, right? And you said it's in the menus of the game, if I recall. Like if you go to the jukebox, you can hear it, but it doesn't really play during the game ever, which is really interesting. Yeah, I mean, the song's okay. Oh, that was 200 that said it. So Tungsten's both your guys' favorite songs? That is crazy to me. So I only find it crazy because it literally doesn't play during the game. You have to like look out for it. Well, I mean, maybe it plays once during like one of the fights, but like it's not a song you hear very often in Nikkei. So I'm just surprised that you guys were talking about how it's like a sick song. And you, for both of you guys, it's like your favorite. Yeah, it makes more sense. Oh, okay, fair enough. This should have played during Crystal Chamber's fight. Yeah. Well, should have. Maybe, maybe. I do think with the Crystal Chamber fight, though, you need something that goes a little harder. Although that song does go pretty hard. I think my problem with the Crystal Chamber song that's currently there is it doesn't fit, because that boss fight goes really hard. But, like, the song's pretty chill. It needs a less chill song, essentially. Let's go back. What was the song that was about to play? Actually, am I able to just go forward and it'll play it? No, I won't do that. It goes right here. Yo, thanks very much for dropping the follow. That's going to be Voltix Evotronic. Thanks very much for tuning in. I appreciate that, and I hope that you're doing all right yourself. What's up? Crystal Chamber needed a Land Eater drop for Phase 2. Yeah, I agree with you there. If it had a Land Eater drop, it would have been much better. That being said, the first part of the fight's so intense, you kind of hope that the whole song went hard. Since it's not like Phase 1's quiet in the same way that Land Eater's kind of a quiet fight until Phase 2. Like, the Land Eater fight's just nothing before Phase 2. It's just kind of like a calm before the storm, and the music matches that. But with Crystal Chamber, it goes all out, like, right at the start. Hey, Ordeus, what's up? Afternoon, Mr. Cap. Hope you had a great weekend. Yeah, it's been pretty good so far. Wait, is it a weekend? What's today? Sunday. It is a weekend. Look at that. Yeah, I'm doing all right. I managed to get an entire piece done in one day. And, you know, I'm feeling pretty good about that. It's definitely a bit of a confidence boost. On that, I mean, that being said, the piece had no hands in it, and it also had no clothing in it, really. It had a bikini, but barely. So I didn't really have to try that hard. But at least in terms of rendering skin and the face, or the skin and the hair, and the eyes quickly, it felt good. It felt really good. Obviously, I had to cut out, in order to finish it on time, I had to cut out all of the, you know, really hard parts. Like, for example, I'm much slower on this piece. Because A, she's wearing a hat, aka clothing, aka something that's going to stop me from doing the same thing with her hair. Because with the goat piece, I was able to just highlight the top of her head and call it a day, but I can't do that here. So I'm trying to find another way around that. That and obviously there are hands here, and I don't know how to render the hands to look super great. Off the top of my head, at least. Nice Meldaki, by the way. Well, thank you. I'm really happy with how the Meldaki turned out. That was one side, and this is the other side. I especially like the jacket on this side. I'm happy with how it, like, frames her. You want to see the whole thing. I kind of like how the jacket sort of fans out, and then with the little straps, it kind of frames the whole body. I thought it turned out nicely. There we go. So yeah, if you guys want to buy the Daki, it is available on Cuddly Octopus as of right now. You can pick it up right now. Also, this is the first time on this side I've ever drawn a lip bite. It is hard. This is the one thing. This probably took, in and of itself, maybe 6 hours. That's not even an exaggeration. I do wholeheartedly mean that. I've never drawn a lip bite before. And I had no idea how to do it. I was looking up like reference after reference after reference. And I'm like, God, it's so hard. But we got it, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. I redrew it. I cannot describe to you the number of times I've had to redo it. The worst part about lip bites is that they can be no more than 2 pixels. Yup. You kind of have to... What I did here is I defined it with the render. So you can kind of see the pink here on the bottom. Like, it kind of shows you where the lip goes and where it, like, abruptly stops because it's being bitten down on. That's how I defined it, and it helped a lot. Yeah, it's funny to show that, like, oh, that entire goat piece took about 3 hours. Lip bite, 6 hours. Jesus Christ. But I think that that is actually accurate. I'm not trying to, like... I was about to say sugarcoat it. No, I mean the exact opposite. No, yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'm not trying to sugarcoat it. I'm not trying to exaggerate the work that I put in or anything. I think it took about 6 hours. If I had a time lapse for the Daki, you'd see how many times I had to redraw that mouth. It was like, it was unreal. It was unreal. I kept moving it and moving it and moving it. Yes, the second I said sugarcoating, my brain was just like, well, am I talking about the Electric Wind Godfist or something? Does it make sense in this context? I had to like double check. And I was like, oh, it actually makes sense in this context. We're good. Kazuya ruined that term for me and I don't even play tech. What do you mean he ruined? That term was brought to life by Kazuya. Nobody said sugarcoat before Kazuya said it. That one time when he hit the Doria, you know what I'm saying? He hits the Doria and then he's not sugarcoating it. Because he can't sugarcoat it, it's hard. It's one frame. God damn, you guys tried hitting just frames? They're hard. Especially Lee's just frames. Have you ever tried hitting those? Jesus Christ, why does Kyle play that character? Why does he play that character? I don't understand. Draw it now, first try. The Electric Wind Godfist. God, the funny thing about the Electric Wind Godfist is that it's such a goofy looking move. Here's Kazuya. Here's his like stance when he hits the pose, you know what I'm saying? And then his arms are just like Doria. As he hits upward like this. And he's got like the electricity. It's the most video gamey looking move. It's so funny. It's like you can immediately tell what characters were in Tekken 1 and 2 based on how stiff their animations are. And Kazuya, oh, you can see it. You can see it. Like when they changed Jin's moveset, they made him look a lot smoother. And I didn't realize how smooth he looked until I compared him to Kazuya. Like if you compare Godfist, where you're literally doing hiya, hiya, it's just like, what is this? What am I doing? Versus like the Hook Fist, which is like this. This looks more like a regular, like I might see someone punch like that in a fight. But this? What is this? It's just funny. Yeah, Jin's looks like it's got more meat on it than Kazuya's. But yeah, it's weak. It's way weaker in game than Kazuya's. Kazuya's is so much stronger. The fuck is that move? The Godfist? It just looks stupid. Like all the Tekken 1 moves look so stupid. It's funny because Lee was in Tekken 1 and 2. Or at least Tekken 2. I think he's in Tekken 1 as well. But Lee, all of his moves look pretty good. But I noticed Kyle, when Kyle was playing against me one time, he hit me with a string. And I didn't know what string it was. But it looked so fucking stiff and like awkward. Especially for a character like Lee, who kind of just like, he's got some like really pretty animations, you know what I mean? And it hit me in that moment. I bet you that's a string from Tekken 1. And I looked it up and it is. It's just, you can see it immediately. You can feel it. Hell Sweep? No, not the Hell Sweep. Or, well, I mean, the Hell Sweep looks funny. But in terms of which Lee move, it was just some random string of punches he hit me with. The Hell Sweep is hilarious, though. Or at least Kazuya's Hell Sweep, where if you play it in slow motion, he's actually broken his back. So he can hit it. I think the force of the punch comes from the legs, though. I mean, yeah, generally, when it comes to punching, yeah. Eric Jacobus managed to pull off a Hell Sweep IRL. I'm sure you could. It's more that to do it exactly like frame for frame, like what Kazuya does, you have to like the game literally doesn't even try. It happens so fast that they know they can break his back. I don't know if it's been fixed in more recent games at least, but I think it was like, if you look at the Kazuya in, was it Tekken 6 or Tekken 7? Maybe Tag Tournament 2. If you pause, like, he is just literally, like, 180'd his back. To ask you a question about the spinning leg sweep. Oh, my bad. Where was it? You know what the most video game move of all time is? It's that one spinning leg. Oh, that's what you're saying, the Hell Sweep. Got you. Okay. You're right. But yeah, his Hell Sweep looks very video gamey. And also his Kyle calls it his dreidel move. I don't know what the fuck it's called, but it's where he just like he slowly crouches down and starts spinning before he hits you with an unbreakable. Or an unblockable. And it is the most terrifying thing. It's like a man's just spinning at you. What do you do? I want to see if I can find... Holy shit, that move is so funny. He's also got one where he starts by like basically doing an aerial Hell Sweep into a Hell Sweep on the ground. Like 4 Hell Sweeps on the ground. And then he kicks one more time to push you away. It's such a bad move because it's launch punishable. And I block it like half the time. But... it's so goofy looking, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Pichi Pop, thanks very much for dropping the raid. I appreciate that. Let me see if I can get you a shout out here. Pichi Pop. Oh, actually beat me to it. So you're playing some Gartic Phone. Hopefully that went well. I'm just doing a little bit of drawing here for a Matama piece. This is what it's looking like so far. I think it's looking pretty cool. But how goes things on your end? How'd your stream go? Sorry, I just saw the Ruby, the thunder clouds with the fucking spinning Doro. That is straight up what it looks like, man. It's just funny. Wait, I want to. Whenever I spam, I mean, I don't really play Kazuya very much, but the Doro spin with the thunder clouds. How do I do this? Or the lightning clouds? Shoot, what is that one called? Stormy cloud? Storm cloud? Shit, how do you use that emote? I can't figure it out. Cloud with lightning. What the hell? Wait, it's not popping up. Cloud with what? Maybe I have to hit Windows key period and then go cloud. Ah, there we go. God, I love that. What is that move called? Do you know? Because that has got to be one of the most terrifying moves ever. Like, people just freeze, or at least I freeze whenever I see it. Because I just don't know what to do. It's like, well, what's a fast mid? What's a fast mid? I need a fast mid. It probably isn't even that hard. I could probably just hop kick that shit. In fact, I know I can hop kick that shit. But, like, I am just horrified every time I see it. It's like, oh, he's spinning. He's spinning. Thank you. Such an awesome looking piece. Well, thank you. It was good. Silly Gartic Phone. That's the game where you have to, like, what is it? Somebody sends, like, a prompt, and then that prompt goes to one person, and that person sends it over and over. But like, or rather, they draw to what they think the prompt is. No, they see the drawing made by the prompt, and then they have to come up with a drawing that they think represents it. It's something to that effect, right? And it gets like all fuzzy over time. You know the Kazuya is good when he makes you not press a button. It's like in Tekken, whenever you're defending, at least if you're me, I always just match the body language of the other person. So I start with like a low crouch. And if I see that their attack kind of looks like it's about to hit high, then I stand up. And you can do that like really quickly. And that's usually how I can defend pretty well. The problem is when people go into the spinny top, I immediately go to duck. And I sit there like there's no attack. And then I look at him and I'm like, oh, it's an unblockable. And then I get my shit kicked in. There's just this moment where I'm sitting there crouched like, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. What's a mid from crouch? I don't know. I don't know. The lightning screw uppercut. That sounds correct. Lightning. Hold on. Screw uppercut. Yeah, the lightning screw uppercut. This move is terrifying. Because it's not good. In fact, it's really bad. But my god, like, how do you even react to a man spinning at you? Oh, this video is great. It puts it in slow motion. This is in Tekken 7, of course, but let me see if I can get that. So yeah, this is the Tekken 7 right here. But in Tekken 8, it looks just like that. It's equally as terrifying. Like, what do you do? He's just spinning. He's spinning. God, it's so scary. That's like, it's like a man T-posing on you, then running up to you. Like, what do you do? What do you do? I don't understand. Like, people think that shit's just a meme. You know, like, oh, you T-pose on somebody, and like, how do they even respond? You might laugh. You might think, oh, it's funny. That's a funny joke, dude. That's a thing. Straight up, if you've never played Tekken, you might not understand that it's a thing, and I understand that. But the second you play Tekken, it's like, dude, if somebody T-posed on me in real life, started spinning, and then ran towards me while spinning, I think I would freeze. Genuinely, I don't think I would run away. I'd sit there just in, like, silence, just contemplating, like, what is happening? What am I looking at? And then I get hit with the unblockable in real life. It's like, dude, what do you do? Holy shit. Hi, yo, Mimi Min. Or Mimi Min. I'm trying so hard. Mimi Min, thanks very much for tuning in. Hopefully you're having a great time. Low kicked up, but like, dude, I don't think in real life I could think fast enough to input my hell sweep. You know what I mean? Because that seems to, like, obviously the play is like hit him with a low. Like, if he's T-posing and spinning on you, you know he's gonna hit you with unblockable, just trip him up and get your combo, you know? But again, like, I don't think Hell Sweep is my real life, like, go-to option for seeing that. Like, I have to learn, I have to study it, I have to get hit by it a couple of times, get punished before I realize, oh, shit, I should use my Hell Sweep. Into, like, perhaps Scourge or something. Running at you while spinning is very impressive. That's what I'm saying. I'd probably be impressed, I'd probably be terrified, I'd probably be waiting to see what he does. And I mean, who wouldn't just sit there in awe at the electricity coming off of him because he's generating so much static, just, you know, sliding across the floor. If someone does that IRL, I would just kick. I think that has all the same energy of, like, if there was a school shooter, I would just charge him and take his gun. It's like, yeah, we could say that. We all have, like, delusions of that happening. It's like, oh yeah, you know, when it happens, I will be the hero. Me. I'll do it. But I don't think you realize, like, how terrifying that is. It's not until you're faced with a man spinning at you, trying to hit you with the lightning screw uppercut. It's not until you see that or experience that in person that you realize how the freeze response works. too extreme an example? Is it too extreme? I think it's an example that a lot of people can relate to. I'd stand there and get hit. I'd be too stunned to move. That's what I'm saying. I think that you're being honest. I like that. I like that you're being honest with yourself. Because personally, I know I'd be in that category of like too afraid to try to input anything. I'm more likely to pull out my phone and take a picture than I am to like get out of the way or hit him with my own hell sweep. What the fuck? I would just kick in response. There's no way. There's no way. Surely not. Nobody responds with a lightning screw uppercut the first time with a kick. I want to see you play tech against a Kazuya that's just doing that shit to you. Trust me, you'll freeze. You'll freeze in place. You're not the fuck around and find out kind of guy. Yeah, I don't know. What's going on, Aureus? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Hello, hello. Yeah, you know, all I'm saying, I think if you saw that in real life, most people are probably standing still. I'll admit to it. I'd stand still. No shame. I think that that's the standard average response. And I'm fine with being seen as average in this category. Like, you'd have to be superhuman to have the right flowchart, like, first time around. But yeah, all that is to say, yeah, Tekken's kind of hard. And Kyle hits me with the unblockable too often. It does like 50 damage, man. It does so much damage. He just throws it out there for shits and giggles, and it works anyway. If Riddles gets got by spinning Kazuya, anyone can. Oh, did Main Man Sweet hit him with the spinning top move? Did he hit him with the dreidel? I know a Hema fighter would just do a simple poke strike if they see their opponent do the flashy Hollywood sword spins and swinging. Yeah, but that person's trained. They got the flowcharts. I'm just saying for an average person like me, you know what I mean? I find myself on the street, guy walks up to me, T-poses, spins, rocks up. I probably sit there and take it by accident. Not understanding that that's what I'm doing wrong. Oh, this is back when, this is a while ago. This is like when Riddles first started, right? Man's Vanquisher and he's going up against Main Man. What a tragic scenario. He played against him in Tekken 8, and apparently, like, Riddles is really good now. Which is, that's pretty wholesome. I enjoy that. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like, he's had a year's worth of experience in the game now. And it's a mirror matchup, aka he understands what the opponent can do. I think Electric Wind Godfist is more viable IRL. I think it's a little less viable. It's a quick upper punch. I think the Hook Fist is more viable than the God Fist in real life. Because if anyone's ever watched the animation for the God Fist, it is the most pathetic looking punch. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just, what is he doing? What is he doing? See, at least with the Hook Fist, like that's a punch right there. He's punching him out, you know? Wrong arm, bro. I realized that after I saw the stream playback. You're right. You're right. It's this, right? It's the close arm, right? He hits with his right. But that is the motion, right? It's this. Oh. Now, if you can hit that out of a wave dash in real life, though, let me know. They're both right arms. Okay, I did the right arm for the Hook Fist. Yeah, we got that. Fake fan. Didn't realize that Kazuya's right-handed. Actually, aren't like all characters in the game right-handed? Now that I think about it. There's not a single lefty in the Tekken cast, is there? Because usually the left hand is like your universal jab. Or you, is it, what, universal 10 frame jab? Something like that? Everyone has the right foot back? Yeah, wow. Everyone's right-handed. They should switch it up and throw in a left-handed character for shits and giggles. Oh, is Jack left-handed? Jack Tekken left-handed? Lily, Steve, and Lee are all left-handed. Are they? I've played as these characters. They're left-handed? Is he? Jack's jabs are from 2 instead of 1. Wow, that's weird. Huh. Is Lee is also that way? Wow, strange. Okay, so never mind. They did take that into account. Not everyone's left-handed, or not everyone's right-handed. They've got some left-handed fighters somehow. Admittedly, I would stun, and I'd be stunned in awe if somebody pulled a wave dash IRL. I mean, how could you not just, like, take a video of someone doing that? Maybe I'll work on the eyes next. Let me pull up a picture of her face. Okay. It's nothing too crazy. Okay. So... honestly, I feel like I didn't even need the reference picture. Honestly, I just wanted to look at Matama. She's just adorable. Look at her and she's so confident in her so confident pose. She thinks she can beat up anybody. Isn't that adorable? In any case, let's go to eyes. Let me turn this back on for a sec while we work on this. Let's go with the desaturated blue. Start. As for why, I don't know, I've been liking desaturated colors in the eyes. I used to do it quite a bit, like back in 2020. I stopped doing it just because, I don't know, I have to think a lot harder. Whereas, like, going darker, more saturated is something that comes naturally. Going desaturated always feels a bit strange. But I think we can get it done. There we go. So we've gone super desaturated up there. And she has pink in the center of her eyes, right? Let's grab the color from the show. The color they use is this. Okay. Let's make a layer called pupil. Okay, so that's the color they use for her eyes. I'll give her heart-shaped pupils. I mean, she's not naked yet. I think once I draw the version that has her panties falling off, then I'll do that. Let's see. There we go, more saturated, a bit darker. Yeah, a lot more saturated, actually. Let's try that. But I feel like the heart-shaped pupils would make sense once she gets in the whole exhibition thing. Man, sometimes characters need to have hard eyes by default. Yeah, I mean, I'm a fan of like eye ornaments like that. I guess you could call them like Misaki from Railgun just having the stars in her eyes, and then people just making fun of her for it, and I had no idea that that wasn't just a visual thing for the audience. Like in people in her own universe see the stars in her eyes, and they're just like, "Wow, that's weird." That's one of my favorite jokes, where her and Misaka and Misaki just hate each other, and they're just always at each other's throats. And to get at her, Misaka just goes like, "Oh, what do those stars in your eyes even do? Why are they there?" It's just like, oh, that's not just for the audience because it's anime. No, no, no. And it within their universe, she looks weird and has stars in her eyes. Um, I'm assuming everyone's told Cap about the Zenless Zone Zero Cat Girl is also Nekomiya. Yeah, but it's Nekomiya with a Y, so that's fine. Although I did find that out when I streamed a bit of the animations from that game. And I was like, whoa, what the hell? Her name's Nekomiya. That's fucked. But it's okay, I spelled mine differently. Hers is spelled like Nekomiya Hinata. Mine is different. Mine is like the name Mia and then Neko. Neko Mia. Dude, I never thought that the other characters could see them too. See, I didn't think that that was a thing either. I just assumed, you know, like, oh, this is just for the for the characters, you know, nothing else. Or rather, this is just for the audience because, you know, anime eyes look real cool. Turns out, no, she does just look like that, and yes, it does look weird in universe. File the copyright claim. I lay claim. I lay my stake to the name Nekomiya. Nobody may use that name for as long as I live. I don't know, maybe that's smart. Maybe. All I'm saying is it became a lot harder to look up my favorite artist of all time, Sayori, when Doki Doki Literature Club came out, and they also named their character not Saori, but Sayori, which is not really a name. So, unfortunately, Sayori, the Nekopara artist, was basically buried under the DDLC character because they both went for a fictional name, and it was the same fictional name. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they should have. Maybe Sayori would still be easier to Google if she had went down the route of make sure that nobody gets this name but me. That'd be so BM though. Everyone would hate that though. Yeah, that did suck though. I'd look up Sayori and then one day I just looked up Sayori and it was like impossible to find my favorite artist. It's like, what happened? This is all I needed to look up before. Now I don't know how to look her up. I found out very quickly I just have to type in Sayori space NekoWorks, but like that's so much harder. Neither back down to become McDonald's. They both wanted to be McDonald's. Dude. Actually, I've got the McDonald's sauce with me right here. It's pretty good. It's a bit strange. It's like a chili sauce of sorts. I just think it's funny because McDonald's is used in like every anime ever to be a McDonald's clone. And now McDonald's just made a sauce called McDonald's. Can they sue? Are they able to sue now? All these anime out here are just using the McDonald's brand. Where did they put the shine in her eyes? Oh, interesting. She has a really sharp shine. At least according to this one shot from the anime. Might just be that one particular shot. Oh, no, it's a couple of shots. So the way they do her eyes... Wait. Well, I guess the shine should match with the light, so we'll do it on this side instead. In the anime, it's always this side. So it's kind of like a slice of pizza. followed by a smaller slice of pizza. That's how they do it in the show. Whenever they have time, because sometimes they just draw it as a dot. Hooters changed to Pooters and go after Bucha U. Which one is that again? Hold on. Bucha U? Bucha, did I spell it right? I think oh, without the dash. Well, must be off to get some sleep. Yeah, no worries, the boss. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to be here. Hopefully you have a wonderful rest of your night. Hopefully I can see you very soon. Apparently the box set for this one has been discontinued. It's a new sauce? I thought it was a rebrand sauce. Is it rebranded? I mean, they did have a sweet chili sauce before, so it might be rebranded. They had like a BTS sauce that was like a chili sauce, and maybe this is the same thing. It's funny that you mentioned that, because the first thing Kyle and I said when we had that sauce was, I feel like I've tasted this before. Both of us had that reaction. So it's kind of funny. Is it actually like a reused or rebranded sauce? Because that would actually suddenly make a lot of sense. Because we did get, I mean, again, the only chili sauce I know from McDonald's is the BTS sauce. So maybe it's just the BTS sauce, but again. Does anyone know? I'm actually quite curious. Must be offered. Oh, already read that. I got more to drink. I don't want to do this for the eyes. I kind of liked how simple I kept the goat-chan eyes. I don't know if I could accomplish that here. How do they do it in the show? She just has like light green at the bottom. Probably done like a screen layer of sorts. It just looks kind of like this. Hello, Alice Jam. What's up? What's up? Hopefully you're having a great day, of course. Just working on some matama here. Don't mind me. But how goes life? Maybe I should go a bit lighter with this layer. It's a bit hard to see. Maybe we go lighter and more saturated on this layer, and then we go this one. We go darker. Maybe that makes the most sense. I do feel like the pupil color kind of stands out to me in a weird way. Don't know if I like it. Just going lighter, way more saturated. That way it kind of pops from a distance. Is that all I need to do? I don't know. Let's also go back to the face, create a new layer. Go for like a nice saturated red. Airbrush that into the sides. You draw so awesome. Well, thank you, thank you. I'm glad that you enjoy what we're able to put out. Gotta watch Cat be the Mezugaki chick much more so I can try and be motivated to draw once again. I did draw Goat-chan the other day, or I say the other day, literally yesterday. So that is a thing. If you wanted to check that out, it's up on Twitter. Loco Musica. I'm a huge Loco Musica fan. She's one of my favorite characters from the show, easily. Between her and Kiwi, those are my two favorites. So I'm a big fan. I think Loco Musica is adorable. And I knew I needed to draw her when the anime was announced. Thank you as well to... That'll be Yo Needs. Thanks very much for dropping on by the stream. Actually, first message in the chat. And hopefully things are going well. But yeah, in terms of like... Because usually with Mezugaki, usually it's like bratty kind of vibes. I don't know if I've drawn, or if I'm set up to draw any more like bratty type looking piece. Oh, I guess I did draw the Miku piece, which looked pretty bratty, to be fair. It's the only one I can think of, though, that I've done in, like, more recent times. How do I want to do... I know that the skin obviously isn't done, but part of me thinks that I should probably start working on the hair to get it to a, an appropriate level, I guess you'd say. Let me look up references. I'm using I've started using PS for drawing, probably Photoshop. It's a little hard. It's a little hard for me, but I like it a lot. Well, that's good. That's good. Personally, I use Clip Studio. I used to use Photoshop. I switched on over, I think, at the start of 2019. But yeah, Photoshop is, you know, definitely capable as well. I feel like every time I come in, you're drawing the smuggest girls. I mean, I just enjoy smug. I don't know. When it comes to anime expressions, I feel like smug is a top-tier expression. Am I wrong? What do other people think about smug? When you guys see a smug anime girl, do you think that's great, or do you think, fuck that? Or maybe you're just completely indifferent, you don't really care. Because for me, I see smug and I'm like, top tier. Like, excellent, you know? Sorry, I'm still looking up for, or looking around for references I can use. Depends on the context. Oh, interesting. What would be the right and wrong context then? I think I'm going to fucking throw you and to the moon. You know, I expected no less from you, to be fair. That's a very expected response, and it still gets me. Adore smug, I just can't draw them at all. It is a bit of a hard expression, I will admit. Definitely one of the harder expressions you can draw for a character, in my opinion. Maybe that's just me. Maybe it isn't as hard as I make it out to be, but I think it's pretty hard. Also, I remember now as I'm looking through my references, I kind of wanted to give her inner hair glow that doesn't actually exist in the anime, and I don't know if that's a good idea. Because, again, she doesn't actually have this in the show. But, like, imagine... You know how she has this, like, streaked hair? What if I turn that hair streak into inner hair glow? Wait, hear me out, hear me out, hear me out. Glow. What if? There's a lot of bleed through. Line art here was done with a textured brush. Would this look weird? Again, it's not... She doesn't look like this in the show. This is purely me just deciding, potentially, like, hey, this looks kind of nice. Just because she has the two-toned hair already, I feel like it's kind of fitting. Or is that too much? It's your art, you do you. That is true. It is my art. Would it be a neon blue or more of a muted blue? More muted like the top. In fact, I probably should do it like this. Or should it be neon blue? I don't know, the neon blue doesn't actually look bad. Because I actually do feel like this isn't going far enough. We could also do something like this where, let's create 2 layers here. I could have it fade out to that. I think the muted blue would be nice. Maybe do inverse of the top and have strands of her natural hair color. Maybe do it. Oh, interesting. Huh. That might look cool. Glow or sparkle effect to really bring out the idol aspect. Oh, trust me. This is my original sketch. You can kind of see it there. She's gonna have lots of hearts and sparkles and all that. I just figured I'd add that all later. I don't know. Between these two approaches, I don't know which one I'll commit to. And I probably, even after I get your guys' opinions, I probably won't commit to any one direction here. But do you guys prefer the full-blown, like let's just go all in with the inner hair color? Or are you guys more like, I kind of like the fade-out effect? Again, you know, the effect of which I don't have fully drawn out into the piece. But, you know, I'm sure you can imagine what it might look like if I spent a little bit more time on it. Which do you guys prefer? I won't commit to anyone as of right now. But, like, I'll think about it once I'm doing a bit more later. All in because my high contrast lizard brain goes ooga booga. Okay. I'm always a fan of fading and gradient effects in the darker. Okay, mostly split. So 1 towards full-on contrast, or full-on like high contrast, and then 2 towards fade in, fade out. Okay. I like both approaches. I'll keep it like this for now, and then I'll keep this layer, this other version here with the full-on glow, and I'll see which one I like as I keep going. We cavemen now? Hell yeah, dude. We're all about being cavemen. Let's fucking go. Yeah. I don't want to do the hair. I kind of wanted to do the hair sort of like I did the Goat-chan piece, but again, the hat's getting in the way. The hat's low-key cock-blocking me, if you will. The technical term is cock-blocking, of course. But I would use that super harsh, like, glow effect. The problem is when there's something on their head blocking the light, it's not quite so easy. I saw some amazing Nikkei cosplayers yesterday. Oh, where were you at that you saw the cosplayers? Hmm. Let's see. Do I try going for the... Part of me is thinking, like, maybe I just go for the weird hair glow anyway. Or not weird hair glow, but the outer back glow effect that I was talking about. Maybe I just say fuck it and do it regardless. All I would have to do is come up with a cast shadow, which I guess wouldn't be that hard, all things considered. So the way I would come up with that base color would essentially be to take the color we currently have, go really bright, and a little less saturated. And then I would just try to imagine where this hair, or this bright aspect of the hair would go. Oh, that does get a little weird with the multi-toned hair, though. I'd have to do it with the screen tone layer. The reason why is, otherwise if I don't do it with the screen tone layer, then I have to manually pick out the aqua bits, which would be just a little too much work that I don't really feel like putting it. So I'd have to do it with like a screen tone, which makes it a little more iffy. As for why, it's because I kind of like having the red bright glow underneath this highlight effect. And that gets a lot harder with screen because you can see what is behind screen. Whereas I was kind of imagining it to be just a solid block that I can kind of work around. We'll see if this looks good. If not, it's whatever. Not a huge deal. Carrier Con in Alameda, California. Ah. Just go to my phone and post them. One moment on my work computer. Yeah, no worries, no worries. Stompy, I see you in the chat as well. What's up, what's up? Also to Thetom0, thanks very much for dropping the follow. I appreciate that. Sorry, I was a little late to the uptake there, but I do hope that you're having a great day yourself. What's up? I feel like this goes way too deep into the hair, or into the front of her hair. I'll keep going and maybe we just say fuck it. Even if it doesn't look amazing right out the gate, there's some other things I can try. Like for example, let's say I don't love how this turns out after. I could just drop the opacity considerably and just have this be a nice texture underneath whatever I end up doing. So I feel like there's no... It's not like... It doesn't feel like I'm wasting time if I delve into this idea a little bit. It doesn't pan out. I do want the light to be coming from the left, so if I'm gonna make it... If I'm gonna add these like harsh strands, I'll do that to the left side of each hair. How do I say that? With each segment of hair, I'm going to highlight the left side of it at the start, which will make the hair look a lot flatter. Have you heard the new anime composition of Unwelcome School? I have not, no. Is it good? I'm praying I see Nikkei cosplayers at the convention I'm going to at the end of the month. That'll be a good time. One Viper is all I ask. That'd be sick. That'd be an incredible character to cosplay as. I liked it a lot more than the original version. You can hear it in the trailers for the character introductions. Oh, okay, okay. I would tell my right kidney to see one sick as fuck Snow White cosplayer in person. I'm sure somebody's gonna do it by the time Anime Expo rolls around, I believe. Oh, I'm not sure if you saw it, Todd. Actually, I'm not... What am I trying to say? Basically, a lot of people were doing testing on Nikkei, specifically for Killer Wife D. And against the Iron Week bosses, Snow White is like a sick pick to pair with the bunny, or with the schoolgirls and Killer Wife D as your first one. So she can be unchained from her Miranda team. Finally. It's been so long. Are the links okay in this chat? Oh yeah, I can get you a permit real quick. There you go. My queen. She's done it. She's managed to break out of the Miranda team. Against very particular bosses that have very particular weaknesses. But that's not all that crazy. I don't think I'm pulling D Forger. I have no gems and no money to whale. Ooh, but she's really good though. She's like a must-get character. I mean, to be fair, you don't need to like... Or, how do I put it? She is going to join the regular recruit polls. So it's not like you have to pull her now, but she is really, really, really good at one copy. So you would be doing yourself a bit of a disservice. But it's up to you. You could just, like, hope to get her in the gacha as well, which is fair. I'm broke for, like, the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I think I've used a lot of my, what is it, Nikkei currency up. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. But yeah, I've used a lot of my gems in Nikkei. That's what I meant to say. It took me a while to remember the terminology. So I'd like to save up, especially since we're probably getting a collab next week. So I'm looking forward to seeing what collab character we're getting. It's looking like, I mean, based on color scheme, you'd think it'd probably be like Cyberpunk. And you know what? I'd be down for that. Though I am still hoping for, you know, maybe some Railgun or something. Though if it were Railgun, I feel like the color scheme they chose doesn't really make sense. I can't think of too many other series that come in purple, though. I would be so cooked if they dropped a Cyberpunk collab. My pity. Right before the 6-month anniversary, too. But, I mean, Cyberpunk's looking kinda likely. Just on the basis that, I mean, Cyberpunk purple, you know, kind of makes sense. I can't think of where else purple would come into play. All we know is that the theme of the collab is purple. Like, I don't know, maybe Monogatari? Like Senjo Gahara's hair is purple, yeah. I can't think of anything else where purple would make sense. I think we were coming up with ideas last stream, and it did just feel like Cyberpunk was inevitable. I mean, it fits the theme of Nikkei pretty well. Is that a leak? Yeah. If you go to the Sobrio guy's Twitter page, he showed that there are, what is the word I'm looking for? They found some materials in the game, like collab materials. And it's the same thing that they use for every single collab. It is like a USB card, and it's a watch, like radar of some kind. And for the Chainsaw Man collab, the colors were silver, green, and pink. So silver and green being the main colors of the event. I don't know where the pink comes from. The next event was the Nier collab, where both were just black and white and gray. So, Nier collab. The new event ticket, or the new event tickets, the USB drive and the radar, are now silver, gray, and purple. Both of them. So that's the leak. And we don't know which character it could be. Some people were saying it could be Stellar Blade, which, I mean, would make sense. Same company, of course they would do some kind of collab with them. Oh, somebody said Madoka Magica. That could be Homura. Madoka Magica was on the list, to be fair. I see a lot of people saying Stellar Blade. Someone said Persona. Does that make any sense? Purple? Purple's the theme of the second game, right? No, purple's the theme of the first game. Persona 1. ReZero. Oh! Emilia is purple. I could see that. Don't be Persona. I don't. I can't imagine it being Persona. ReZero does seem to make a lot of sense, though. Just, it is Emilia's color scheme outright. Don't be Persona. Wow, a lot of people don't like Persona. want this gacha to live, god damn it. I mean, Persona's huge. Wait, but I'm actually curious, why the super negative reaction from you guys? Holy shit. Somebody just said, they just said in the comments, like, maybe it's Persona. I mean, if it's purple, I can't really give a reason as to why it would be Persona, though. The only game where purple was, like, a big color scheme was Persona 1, where the main character's purple. Every gacha that gets a Persona collab dies shortly. Really? Is that a thing? Does everyone know this? What? This is the first I've heard. What gacha games have had a Persona collab? Jujutsu Kaisen? I guess I could see that. I don't really want that though. That'd have all the energy of the Chainsaw Man event where I'd be like, I really like Jujutsu Kaisen, but like at a collab, like who would we get? I'll be honest, if it's like a Nobara, I'm like a hard skip. I don't give a fuck. The Persona collab curse. That's quite sad. Persona collab curse. Oh my god, it is a thing. What games have gotten their Persona collabs? Interesting. Dragalia Lost, some sort of SAO gacha game, and I can't read the first one. I forgot how often Persona collabed with a whole bunch of things. Oh, and then somebody said, well, Grand Blue and Persona 5 had a collab 5 years ago, and Grand Blue is still alive. Fair point. Gojo as a Nikke. I don't know about that one. Stone Ocean was the other. Oh man, if it was a JoJo's collab, that'd be a hard skip. The hardest skip of all time. There's not a single good JoJo's waifu. The only half decent one they have is Lisa Lisa. There's not a single good one. Like, try to convince me of otherwise. Bruh, Speedwagon. Memes aside, they don't have any waifu designs. This is JoJo's collabing it, save my gems for the next event. Yeah, that's what I would do. I really don't like how I've done this. It didn't look as good as I thought it was going to. Man, I'm thinking maybe I could just use this as a texture for later. That's fine. Speedwagon forever. It's a Joe's Cloud. I say my Joe. I won't worry about that. Grand Blue Fantasy is immortal at this point. It's past the point of mortality. It will be everlasting. Yeah, probably. It's obviously Smog and Ornstein from Dark Souls. I am not big brain enough to understand this. I know you don't have to have a big brain to play Dark Souls, per se, but, yeah. Shoujo collab would go crazy. Dude, that'd be so fucking hype. I'd wail. I don't even have money and I'd wail. I'd wail because it's... because I have to, at that point. I would love a VTuber collab. I'm not sure how much the Nikke community would like a VTuber collab. It seems like they're not super down. Like, whenever any VTuber content comes out, I feel like I see a lot of negativity. Which is strange. I don't know, maybe gacha gamers that play Nikke are just a different breed, but I'd be down for it. I don't know, as a fan of VTubers, I'd be very down, you know. Maybe that's not too surprising. Need me a cute Aussie Nikke? Well, there are no Aussie Nikke. We literally got a British Nikke before we got an Aussie Nikke. That's scandalous. Man, I'm still so sad they made Lily Weiss British, man. Unfortunate. Like, one day she sounds normal and has a really cutesy voice, and the next second she's eating beans on toast. Like, fucking hell, man. How the shit. I forgot the phrase. How the mighty have fallen. Kangaroo Nike with Leona and the dog girl. A kangaroo Nike. That'd be pretty hype. Could fit into the storyline. Could they? Is there any way to fit that into the storyline? The only surviving continent is Australia. The raptors are weak to drop bears. What's a drop bear? I feel like I should know this. I think it came up on stream before. Still waiting for a Jesus servant in Fate Go. I'm waiting for them. So I don't even play Fate Go. I'm waiting for them to fix motherfucking Julius Caesar, because I don't know what the fuck they did. But Jesus Christ, that's not my Julius Caesar. Jesus. What is wrong with them? They hear Julius Caesar and they decide to make him a fat, ugly bastard? What the hell? That's literally the greatest man to ever touch ground on the planet. Julius motherfucking Caesar, dude. The Roman Empire, the Roman Emperor. My God, dude. The man literally got surrounded, so he built a wall around his wall so he can continue sieging. He's just so fucking smart. How does he do it? He died because he was just so fucking gracious. He spared all of his enemies, and his enemies came back and killed him. He's so merciful. What a nice guy. And they make him a fat, ugly bastard. Fuck. What is wrong with them? Alexander the Great was one of the big... He's one of the greats, don't worry. In fact, you know who was one of Julius Caesar's heroes? Alexander the Great. But that just goes to show you that he's an iteration upon Alexander. If we got Alexander's, like Julius Caesar's Alexander 2.0. You know what I mean? He looked at Alexander and said, I can do better. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What a fucking crime. What a crime it is to turn him into an ugly bastard. I genuinely can't believe they did that. I don't even play that game and I'm triggered by it. They do a lot of good things. They see Jack the Ripper, they say, small girl. It's like, fair enough. Kind of based, I guess. They see they see King Arthur and they're like, but what if girl? It's like, yeah, genius, brilliant, brilliant. So smart. How do they do it? But they've gone the wrong way here. They've ruined it. Show a picture of Julius Caesar in Fate. If I must. Fate, Julius Caesar. This is the most. I don't even know. This makes me angry. I look at this and I am just angry. Why? I don't understand. Why would they do that? That being said, I think the artist who created the Julius Caesar artwork, he was even surprised that they wanted to turn him into an ugly bastard. So he went on to create this beautiful illustration, which is how he would have designed Julius Caesar. Like the artist who ended up doing the work for the Fat Ugly Bastard version. It's like, yeah, this would be sick. Where's this guy? I want him. This looks cool as hell. But yeah, for some reason, they just decided, no, we're gonna make Julius Caesar like a fat ugly bastard and call it a day. They did him so dirty. Julius Caesar has unmatched tactics in battle and riz. He has it all. And he's a gracious man. He spares all the people he conquers. Except for the ones he murders. And the ones he, sieges to death and they starve. Like, minus those people, some of which were women and children. What a fucking Giga Chad. This man just goes out there, fights like some crazy ass war, sieges a country or a city, it kills all the women and children via starvation, and then when he defeats the army because they've lost their city, he then pardons all the soldiers. What a fucking Chad! What a Chad! Unbelievable! What a guy! How do you get more gracious than that? How? How do you be nicer than Julius Caesar? He could have slaughtered them all. But he stopped at the women and children, and that's what matters. He pardoned all the men. Sorry. I didn't know where to go with the next sentence. Last I played, he was also pretty ass in the game too. I don't know about that now though. Gacha games don't usually buff older characters, right? Because they want you to pull for the newer ones. Another Nikke dub, by the way, since we're getting buffs for all the bad characters that nobody uses. Feels good, man. I like that their goal is to make all the characters viable within their own particular niche. Wasn't it Caesar who got captured by pirates and was mad about how little they demanded from the rents? Dude, if that was him, oh my god. I want that to be him. If that's him, he is the coolest man to ever exist. I see a yes. Is that actually him? Dude, I love Julius Caesar, man. Fucking hell, the Roman Empire, dude. Oh my god. I'm gonna tell that story for generations to come. Oh my god. Hey kids, did you know that, like whenever I got my son and daughter in the future sitting up on my lap, like, hey, did you know that Julius Caesar was once captured by pirates, and he got mad at them? They demanded a ransom that was far too low. What a Chad, dude. What a Chad. I realized that when I started that story, I should have started with the I should tell my kids in the future. Instead, I started with something that sounded kind of weird. So I had to backtrack a little bit. After that, Julius actually went and hunted the pirate. Dude, what a Chad. Oh my god. Does he get any better? Does he get any more dreamy? From the start, Caesar simply refused to behave like a captive. When the pirates told him they'd set his ransom at a sum of 20 talents, he laughed at them for not knowing who it was they had captured and suggested that 50 talents would be a more appropriate amount. He then sent his entourage to gather the money and settled in for a period of captivity. The pirates must have been dumbfounded. It's not every day a hostage negotiates his ransom up. God, what a Chad. That's incredible. See, that's the kind of Julius Caesar we need. God, man. Just ignore all the characters they straight up replaced by new versions instead of buffed. Okay, so that is what they have been doing, but with the new treasure system that Nikke is adding, all of the old Nikke are gonna get like... I mean, we don't know how strong these buffs are, but in theory, they're trying to give them like Omega buffs, so that they can like, compete. And that's good. I like that a lot. Obviously, in Nikke's current state, like, if you're a bad character, you're a really bad character. You're basically unusable if you're deemed a bad character in Nikke. So I like that they're going back and rethinking it. They don't want any of their characters to be completely useless through and through. Back with buffing gacha characters, like 90% of Blue Archive's characters are viable. I think that's good. I think that's generally where you want to be. I think Nikke, the worst part about Nikke, as of right now, in my opinion, is the fact that the difference between the good characters and the bad characters is vast. Bad characters are unusably dog shit. Like, you might as well just not have a character in those slots. You know what I mean? Like, it says, it's very telling that, like, your best DPSs are outputting maybe hundreds of times the damage of your support units. And then you have a unit like Crow, who's struggling to keep up with the support units. That's not good. That's not good at all. So, yeah, like, your average horrible unit is unusable, and your average great unit is a must-have. So that's the worst part about Nikke, and they're taking steps to solve that. And I think that that's really good. They're starting slow. They're only buffing 4 characters at the start. And in order to get those buffs, you do need to pull multiple copies of those characters. It's not like right out the gate they're good. It's like, well, once you get enough copies of this character, they will be good. Which, it's better than nothing. It's a very greedy way of buffing these characters, but at least they're getting the buffs, and I think that that's more important. Since the longer you play the game, the more copies of these characters you're naturally going to get anyway, so it's not a huge deal. They should do a treasure for Small White. I agree with you there. Like, Small White's really good, though. Like, she is easily the best beginner character in the game. The problem is she has no upper ceiling. She's an easy-to-use character. Right out the gate, she's probably the best SSR most people are going to get when they first start playing. And she's, like, really good at pushing campaign, which is, like, the one thing you need to do when you're a new player. But yeah, it would be nice if she got a treasure that made her viable in boss stages too. All they'd really have to do is up her damage. Her kit's fine. How Crow wasn't selected. I genuinely think the devs hate Crow. Like, if we're looking at it in terms of who needs the buff, and if we just remove the name of the character and their design, and we just told the devs, here's the usability charts, like, do something about it, Crow would have received a buff, like, 10 months ago, when they were buffing unusable characters. Like, when Guillotine got a buff, when Soline got a buff. She would have been in that list, easily. Miranda got a buff as well. Like, they buffed a whole bunch of, like, really bad characters. Some of them got, like, pretty minor buffs. But Crow would have been on that list. But she was very particular. Like, they very specifically looked at her and didn't change anything. And I don't mean that as a joke. They literally looked at all of the SMGs. Soline, Miranda, like, all of them, right? And they're just like, yeah, you guys shoot 25% faster now. So that's just going to naturally up their damage. Like, just, they're going to deal more damage just by existing. There's one SMG in the game that didn't receive this buff, though. Can you guess who it was? Like, the devs literally said, fuck you, Crow. That is about as, like, in your face as they can give a fuck you to a character. They buff every single one of that archetype except one. Every single one of them, except for Leader. Okay, there are 2 characters that didn't receive buffs. But Leader makes sense. She's already really good. Why would you buff her? Like, she's already the best character in the game at the time. And even now is arguably one of the best. So, buffing Leader makes no sense. So they didn't buff her. But Crow's on the opposite side of the spectrum, and they also didn't buff her. The only 2 SMGs that didn't receive buffs. A character so well made to be hated that even ones that made her hate her? Oh, actually, yes. I would be shocked if they buffed her. I would be shocked. I think she's going to remain the worst character in the game. Forever. It's very telling that all the other characters that are considered equally as bad as her are now receiving buffs, except her. Because if you look at, like, who are other characters that are as bad as Crow? I don't know. Frima's pretty bad. Exia's pretty bad. Oh, they're both receiving buffs. Oh. Now, that being said, they're not Crow level bad. Well, Exia's pretty bad. Exia is probably Crow level bad. But, like, Frima's barely usable. Still bad, though. And, oh, what's this? They're receiving buffs. Now they need to give Julia a buff. They need to give Julia a buff. And, even though Soline's already really good, they need to give her a buff, too. Just for me. They could just buff her for me, you know? Like, yeah, she's already okay, but, like, what if she were better? What if she were top 3 DPS in the game again? Back when she was, like, the most underrated DPS of all time. That was a good time. Nobody used her except me, and nobody was able to get the same damage as me, because I was the best. A Brid treasure would be crazy. Brid's another character where she actually is genuinely really good. Only at super high investment, though, and she's still not a top 5 DPS in the game. She's like top 7 or 8 if you give her... if with ideal overloads. So, attack overload, max ammo overload, hit rate overloads, crit rate, crit damage. If you give her everything that she wants... oh, I'm a fucking idiot. Sorry. 4 lines of element damage, 4 lines of attack, and then you can split the last 4 lines between, like, crit rate, crit damage, and max ammo. If you do all of those things, or in hit rate as well, sorry, if you get 1 hit rate, 1 crit rate, 1 crit damage, 1 max ammo, whatever, you'd probably have, you have a unit that's quite good, actually, at 10, 10, 10 investment. So, yeah, and at max core. That's a lot to ask for a unit, from a unit, but it's worth noting she is viable under those conditions. So, Brid getting a treasure would be a little... it'd be like Soline getting a treasure. They're both really good in their own niches. I think the biggest problem right now, though, is that Soline has no support unit. If all they have... like, Soline could be viable tomorrow if they buffed a unit that made her do... like, made her specific character type deal more damage. And I don't mean, like... element. I mean, though it would help if it was like, we made dual SMG iron type units way stronger. They did something very particular like that, obviously would work, but... if Soline is still considered bad, maybe she's the next in line for a buff too. I don't think she's considered bad. I think people, like, she's bad if you don't invest in her, yeah. But if you do invest in her, I mean, she still kind of needs a buff. She used to be top 3 DPS in the game. Now she's, like, really struggling to hit top 10. Rupee buffs? Rupee needs a Omega buff, yeah. Make her second skill apply team-wide. Let me see. Her second skill. Rupee. Mileage at 13% attack. Yeah, if that applied to the whole team, she would be great. Although that would be a little... that'd be a little much. Jesus Christ. That would make her so unreasonably broken, actually. Just a 70% attack buff that's up permanently for your entire team. Afro, if you're here, back me up, bro. I would love if Rupee received a buff in that vein. Maybe not that good. Because then... well, I mean, to be fair, if she provided a buff that good, it would make her basically leader in Burst 2 without cooldown reduction. Well, no, she'd be much better, because leader only provides a 5-second buff, and only once every 15 seconds or so. No, that would make Rupee Omega broken. Since she already buffs your team by 20%. That's literally an 80% buff. Imagine if Noir's buff is her skill 1 and doesn't have the health requirement. Or if Noir's buff is her skill 1 and doesn't have a health requirement. I don't think you... I mean, Noir's good. I don't know if you ever have to buff Noir, she's insane. Sorry, I know I've been working slowly, I've just been... I don't know, I've just been having a good time. It's a fun stream. Maybe Yunhua. Yunhua needs a buff. She is like Crow level bad as well, actually. Let's see. What does her kit even have? Oh, her kit's literally like Crow's. That's why she's bad. She buffs herself. She then debuffs the enemy with the defense shred. And then her burst does nothing. A 5% crit rate buff. Real nice. Thanks very much for dropping the follow. That is going to be Eternal Migraine. Thanks very much for taking the time out of your day to be here. I appreciate that, and I hope that you're having a wonderful day yourself. Yunhua can stay. Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Yunhwa either as a character. Between her and Crow, obviously I like Yunhwa a lot more. Crow's just an irredeemable character. Big forehead. She does have a big forehead. This is true. Yunhwa is synonymous with big forehead. Isabel, yeah, Isabel needs a massive buff too. She's also really bad. I don't even know what you would do to buff her. Her kit's just weird. I think you'd have to just give her more damage. You'd have to give her a fuck ton more damage, honestly. Like, I think her kit could work. I mean, is it worth the 2 cooldown reduction? If she did enough damage, maybe. Vesti also needs a buff. These are just very, like, I mean, Isabel's really bad. Vesti's pretty mid. Yeah, you can fix them just by making their burst numbers comically huge. Which, I mean, would make sense. That's how they're trying to fix, well, at least I assume that's how they're trying to fix Lapis. All they said is that they're going to buff her true damage. I don't know if that is specific to her burst, or if that's just in general. Let's see, do they say the words true damage in her burst? No. So, yeah, it just sounds like they're giving her more attack for the sake of it. As opposed to, like, buffing any one of her particular attributes. They're just saying, let's just make this unit deal more damage. That being said, Lapis Buster, ugh. Her burst Lapis Buster should absolutely last the full 10 seconds, and it's kind of dumb it does. Well, they should allow her to take cover and allow her the 10-second burst. Because other characters get a 10-second burst. Why is hers locked at 5? Yes, it does a lot of damage, but not even that much relative to today's current standards. It did a lot when she first came out. Where the lag factor then was, well, Lapis herself does very little damage. You know, is it worth, you know, running Lapis? Like, yeah, her burst is sick, but that's it. Now it's like her burst isn't even good. Which is, I mean, like, it's, if you're running her, like, for the tower or something, like, it's better than nothing, but it's pretty rough. Lapis is just a worse Snow White, functionally. Yeah. Sounds about right, unfortunately. That's why she needs a buff, and I'm glad that she's getting it. And I want to see what this buff looks like, because it could be pretty sick. Yeah, Lapis just isn't as good at nuking. They're both good against parts, they're both, what is the word? They're both built around their burst. Outside of bursts, they're both quite bad. A Neelister buff would be nice too. Yeah, I'd take a Neelister buff. Neelister isn't that bad. It's only when you consider how much you have to invest to get Neelister that she becomes kind of bad. Like, she's very Rupee-esque. She's okay. A Neelister treasure would be so BM. She kind of needs it. Oh, wait, no, it's because you need max limit break. No, they just need a buffer. They shouldn't give her a treasure. Jesus Christ. 3 copies of Neelister? Or 4 copies of Neelister? I didn't even think about that. That would be insanely fucking... That would be insanely BM. Oh, you want a good Neelister? You want a good Neelister? Well, you're gonna have to spend the next 4 fucking Union raids saving up for 1 copy, let alone the next 3 you need. Yeah, that'd be fucked. That'd be... I don't want that, actually. They should just buff her. They shouldn't give her a treasure. Just buff her. Could they buff on Red Hood? They just shouldn't buff Red Hood. Just don't do it. It's easy. Red Hood is probably the best or second best unit in the game. Do not buff her. Jesus Christ. Don't give her a treasure. Don't give Black Shadow Scarlet a treasure. Those two characters are easily the best in the game. Easily. Like, do not give either of them anything else. They do not need anything else. Not to mention they're pilgrims, and getting treasures on pilgrims is just no. Just no. They're already hard enough to get as is. Okay, that being said though, Isabel getting a treasure would be sick. I know I just said no treasures for pilgrims, but she's the exception. She kind of needs one. She's kind of just really bad. This character that you can only dupe from Union raids in 6 months of liberation? Yeah, get 4 for her. Yeah, that would be horrible. I'm glad you talked some sense into me, because I was not thinking about that. That would have been fucked. What if regular Scarlet gets a treasure that heals her every time she crits? That'd be horrible. You do not want Scarlet to heal. Like, yeah, you do, but you also don't. Like, yeah, crits don't do that much more for her kit, and that's all she gets for being at low HP. But she does do more damage at low HP, so if she healed, she'd be inting herself. So yeah, nah, that'd be pretty bad. What would... She needs to be at 49% HP. Yeah, to be fair, if she had something in her kit that was like, whatchamacallit? If she had something in her kit that was like how Alice heals up to a certain amount, like maybe her treasure could look something like heal up to 49% HP. Then that would be good. That way she's not as glassy. But yeah, you don't really want her healing that much. If you heal Scarlet, it should only really be for a little bit. Just enough that she can't get one-shot by anything. You give Snow White a treasure that gives her another round in the fuck-off gun. I think, honestly, her treasure should just be that, if she gets one, right? Her treasure should be... probably faster charge time. She'd deal more damage. Considering so much of her kit's based on shooting things, the second she has to charge, she's already losing out on damage, right? So just make her charge really fast. That way she can benefit from being on a team with leader, and she can continue shooting. Although, actually, well, it'd be kind of underwhelming if they did that, but she's already good at her niche. Maybe, what would be something interesting you could do with her? Honestly, she would be a really good character if her gun were any good. You just have to make her gun good. Not like the big fuck off gun. Just make her regular assault rifle good. Like, give her parts damage, but only on her assault rifle. That would make her really good. If she just had like 20% parts damage. What does Dorothy give you? Just give her that. Dorothy gives, let's see, parts damage. 50% parts damage. That's a lot, actually. She probably doesn't even need that much. Just give her like 30%. 30% parts damage only on her assault rifle. And she would be insane. Like, her biggest flaw as a character is that she fucking sucks at breaking parts when she's not using her big fuck-off gun. Which isn't usually something that comes up, because you generally don't want to break the parts if you're using her gun. Like, you want to shoot the parts with her assault rifle, or with her sniper rifle. But there are a lot of bosses, like Alexander, for example, where you can't actually continually break the parts. So, you know, what do you do in these cases? Like, well, Snow White just dies. So, if she had the ability to use her gun to cover her, that would be nice. That is, like, the one thing I've noticed, speaking of Alexander. Yeah. That is, like, the one thing her kit needs. Is, like, whenever she's not using her parts-breaking sniper rifle, she's kind of a sitting duck who can't break anything. And as a burst 3, that's not great. wonder if Helldivers would collab with Nikkei. Nah, well, I don't know, they're kind of a tongue-in-cheek game. Maybe they would see the value in it. But I don't think there are any girls in that game, though. Who would you even play as? Generic recruit. Yeah, that's really gonna get me to spend money on Nikkei. Generic recruit, let's go. Time check. Oh, it is getting a bit late. We'll head out a sec. Let me see if I can find a place to send you guys to. Your default voice is randomized every time you die, which is funny. Oh, that's interesting. I like that. There's freedom. It would be nice to get a little bit of freedom injected into Nikkei, but we already have Laplace doing that for us. Like if I pull for a character to collab, it's because they're a waifu, you know? Or they're really, really good. Or realistic, I mean, I'd pull for them anyway, when I think about it. Let's see. Let's see, Class is streaming. I haven't seen Class stream in a bit. We'd stop by there. Daylight savings for you? Yeah, it's daylight savings, so it's midnight for me right now. Or it's like, this is the regular time. Let's see, Helldivers are literally cannon fodder, and are just there to make accurate orbital strikes. That is fair. You mean they're there to use their stratagems on the enemy? That's why the stream started so early. It actually started really late. It started about an hour late. At least in my eyes. But I guess from your perspective it looked like it was early. More likely to have Nikkei and Helldivers than the other way around. It's also not very likely. That's fair, that's fair. Let's see. Stream ending. The stream's best stream, the best lurk stream, big sad. Thanks for, yo, I appreciate that, Tiffany. Thanks very much for sticking around. If you guys want to follow me on my social media, there you go. Links are going to be right there in the chat. Twitter, Pixiv, Instagram. If you have an account on one of those websites, I'd appreciate the support. New Goat Piece, if you haven't seen it, up on Twitter, so go check that out. Discord as well if you want to know monthly live pick up your sub benefits. Merch store, I can't speak, sorry. New stuff coming to the merch store really soon, including posters, stickers, wall scrolls, and desk mats. So stay tuned for all of that. I'll let you guys know when those go live. And Patreon, if you wanted to support me on another platform, if you wanted to download alternate pieces of mine, I've reformatted the Patreon, so everything should work now. And there'll be consistent exclusive content on there, so stay tuned for all of that. But I will see you guys on the next one. Take care, take it easy, stay safe, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow night. Peace out.